Hi, welcome to Holistic Health on Board. This is Dr. Didoy Lubaton. In this episode, I would like to remind you to take care of your mind. Yes, your brain, your mind, your consciousness. I'd like to give a reflection about mindfulness. Let me start by giving the illustration that your mind is more powerful than your body. Come to think of it, when you when you just think about your favorite food, your body will salivate. When you think about that difficult person, that difficult situation, sometimes your body will have perspiration, your heart will beat faster. In the same way, when you feel so in love and being, excited with your special someone, your body follows. Remember that your mind is so much more powerful than your body. What your mind directs, your body will follow. That is why in the journey of health and wellness, you have to take care of your mind. Your thoughts will become your things, and your mind controls a lot of your functions, human functions. And let me remind you 4 steps so that you can take care of your mind. The first step is to be in the moment. Can you say that with me? Be in the moment. People, when they think about the past so much, they will begin to have that feeling of regret. For the others, if they are thinking of the future, they would have that feeling of being anxious or anxiety, as we call it. If you are being in the now, there will be much more appreciation. That is why being in the moment will help you take care of your mind. I was talking once to a seafarer who is in a mental distress on board. And we were in a satellite phone call. They're in the middle of the ocean. And, I cannot go into the details, but I can sense that the seafarer was having some desperation. There is fast breathing and fast speech. And I can tell from his voice that his pitch was higher than usual. And I can sense that he is anxious. And so, throughout our conversation, a long one, I asked him to spill the beans, tell me about details. And as he was still in that moment of being so distressed and anxious, I asked him to be right here in this phone call. Forget everything. Just listen to my voice. Let me help you. Focus on my voice. Be here in this conversation. Do an inhale and do an exhale. And then we proceeded into doing something called the grounding technique. Let me briefly explain it to you. Grounding technique makes you be grounded. It's engaging your 5 senses so that you could be in the moment. Name 5 things that you can see. Name 4 things that you can hear right at this moment. Name 3 things that you can touch and feel. Name 2 things that you can smell. And name 1 thing that you can taste. What it does, the technique does to you, is to engage your senses and be with your body and just be right here, right now. Not thinking about the past or the future, just being in this moment. And that is a proven psychological technique to decrease your anxiety. I hope that you could use it and it becomes handy for you in due time or whenever it needs, or share it to someone. Grounding technique. And talking about moments, my friend, for good moments, please make it count. Make good moments. Create good memories. For bad moments, remind yourself that this moment will pass. It will become a distant reality given enough time. If it's a painful one, if it's a hard one, if it's a bad one. Being in the moment makes you be in reality right here and right now. Savor this time. Savor this moment. Let it enable you to make a decision. And if it's too big, chunk it down. One stress, one moment, 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day at a time. In tough moments, being in the moment reminds you to think and solve your problems one step, one moment, one thing at a time. Be in the moment. The second step that you can do to take care of yourself, your mind, is to learn new insights. Stretch your mind. Learn something new. Sharpen the saw and curate what you are learning. You gotta be able to nourish yourself with new learning. Turn a new leaf, learn a new skill, get a new insight, hear a new motivational a word or a phrase or a talk or a seminar. You also discover your learning style. Are you a visual learner? Are you an auditory learner? Or are you a kinesthetic learner? In medicine, there's such a thing called neuroplasticity. And it tells you that your brain, your physical brain, has the capability to rewire. And you can rewire it according to who you want to become. Your brain adapts to new wirings, depends on what you ask it or what you expose it to consistently. So if you expose yourself to new learnings, then your mind will refresh, will renew. When you stop learning, you stop growing. Remember that. And on a personal note, I have a personal commitment. I am practicing. It has helped me a lot. And my personal commitment is daily learning time for 30 to 60 minutes. You might ask me, how do you do it? Well, when I walk and do some exercise in the morning, I put my earphones on or pods, and then I just listen to a podcast. I listen to a TED talk or an audiobook. And in the same way, when I'm driving, going to work, not to be mindless, but I use the time of driving and learning something through that plugged in audiobook or podcast. And it has helped me so much grow in my mind because I keep on learning. You want to take care of your mind? Refresh it with new insights. So you learn new insights. Third step, if you want to take care of your mind, you protect it from negativity. No negatives, my friend. You have to remember that the most valuable real estate is your state of mind. Your mind is the birthplace of ideas. This is where the seeds are planted. This is where you can get it cultivated, grown, and eventually bear fruit into your reality. As you think, you say, you do, you become as a habit, and you become that person that you consistently think, feel, say, and do. That's why you never let negativity stay too long and take root there. Take it off. Those are like weeds that will erase or compete with your seeds, and it will not make you have a fruitful mind. For example, if you keep on being angry in your mind, or there is unforgiveness in your wellness and in your well-being in your mind, you can go ahead and suffer. Of course, don't forgive if you want to. But what I'm trying to say to you is you don't let people who hurt you take up the valuable real estate of your mind rent-free. Make them pay if you have to. But don't let them stay in your mind. Your mind is too valuable, too powerful to let the negativity stay there. You have an important mind. It can create great things, inventions, insights. It can change realities. That is why you protect it from negativity. On the fourth and final way that you can take care of your health is this. Your mind, you take care of your mind is this. You become a director of your mind. Direct your mind. You have to understand that there are three spheres or consciousness. Conscious, the subconscious, and the unconscious. And experts would say that the conscious mind, the mind that we are aware of, is just the tip of the iceberg. The subconscious and the unconscious mind actually is the one that makes our realities more. There's that bigger chunk that sometimes we are not aware of, and it runs our lives. How do I make it as an illustration? We often replay storylines in our mind, and it becomes our lives. We live accordingly to what we believe in, from what you were exposed to in the past, your previous experiences, your painful or powerful experiences in the past. It shapes your minds, and it shapes your reality. It shapes who is the kind of person that you are becoming. So for example, there are people that I see that they are living poor. And it's because the root is they have a poverty mindset. They think poor, they make poor decisions, they have poor habits, especially poor spending habits and poor behavior when it comes to money. That is why their reality is poor. I've seen people have unhealthy mindsets. That's why they have unhealthy habits. That is why they have an unhealthy environment. That is why they are not healthy. Remember that when you think you can't, you can't. If you think you can, you can. Your mind directs your reality. Take care of it. Be a director of your mind. Don't let anything, any other influence that you do not consciously allow and curate into your mind. It programs you. That is why be a good director of your mind. Samples that you can start by becoming a director of your mind is affirmations. Speak truth to yourself, goodness to yourself, be kind to yourself, even in your words. Let me share to you some personal affirmations that I say to myself. I say that I am loved, and I can love fully and freely the people around me, my clients, my customers, especially my family and my friends. I am living in abundance, and I am becoming truly rich and generous every day. That is a very nice affirmation. I am physically fit and strong. I am mindful of myself and others. I am resilient and resourceful whatever comes my way. I am greater than my circumstances, and greater things are yet to come. How about you? What do you say to yourself? When you look at yourself in the mirror, do you affirm yourself and look at yourself? You're good, you're nice, you're loving, you are peaceful, you're productive, you're excellent. Or maybe on the flip side, you direct your mind and say, you're poor, you amount to nothing, you are this, blah, 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 blah. My friend, become the director of your mind. Remember that you get to direct what you're thinking, feeling, speaking, and doing. In summary, my friends, 4 ways that you can take care of your mind. 1, be in the moment. 2, learn new insights. 3, protect from negativity. And number 4, become the director of your mind. M, moment. I, insights. N, negativity. And 4, director. Protect and take care of your mind through your moments, insights, negativity, and be the director of your mind and eventually your life. Let me end by saying this truth and reality. There is only one thing that you are really, fully, totally in control of in this life. There's only one thing. It's not someone, it's not something outside of you. It is you. Most especially your thoughts. Your thoughts. Take care of your mind. It is one of the best friends that you have or your worst enemy. Take care of your mind. It's more powerful than your body. Your thinking leads to your doing, and it leads to your living, and it leads to your being, and it leads to your full reality. that is our health talk for today. And I hope this helps you. This is again Dr. Didoy Lubaton for Holistic Health on Board, reminding you, take care of yourself. Let's take care of each other.